Hello, everyone, and welcome to the sixth episode of the Turtle Club podcast. We have the entire Turtle Club with us tonight, and we are here to talk about some very juicy things that just got revealed at San Diego Comic Con by Bandai. So the Zenkai Series is upon us. We are ready for a new age of Dragon Ball. So I'm your host, Dylan, and tonight I'm here with Carl,
Hello, everybody.
Max,
Hi.
Brandon,
Yo, yo.
Bryce,
Hey guys.
Bobby,
Hello.
and Angel.
I'm Angel.
All right, so we just got done seeing all the reveals of the new stuff that's coming out in the Zenkai series. So a lot of new mechanics, new cards, a lot of new cards, a lot of new reveals and stuff like that. So we have a lot to talk about. So first, you're probably asking yourself, what is Zenkai and how does it work? So, all right, we're gonna have Bobby here explain a little bit on how the Zenkai mechanics work because I'm still not entirely sure how they work myself. So we're gonna have Bobby explain it here. Go take it away, Bobby.
Sure. Well, I don't know if any of us are entirely sure of how they all work since it's so fresh, but actually the new area they've been advertising that you've seen in trailers, we all thought it was a new leader area or something that you added to your leader, but it's actually for a deck, and it's called the Z deck. I'm just going to read a little blurb here. Shout out to Ray from the Deck Planet. He wrote this, so I'm reading his nice succinct summary. So in that new spot, you have the Z deck. It contains 7 cards. You can look at the contents of that deck at any time. In order to charge Z energy, which you'll need to play the cards from the new Z deck, at the end of any battle, you can add 1 card from your combo area to your Z energy area. You can charge 1 Z energy per battle. So each time you're in a battle, you can take 1 card that was comboed, and you can add it to your Z energy. Then to use Z energy, you take them from the Z energy area and place them in the drop. So different from how the regular energy works. To Z awaken, you have to be awakened already. And then there's a new leader card that you can put on top. And then to play a Zenkai battle card, you have to pay the regular energy and the Z energy for that card. And you can play it from the Z deck. It can be played even if you don't draw them, right? So the 7 cards are already predetermined and you can look at them. So anytime that you deem you have the resources to play them, you can pull them out. And then if a Z battle card is removed from the battle area, it is removed from the game. I know that was a lot, but that's the general
real
idea.
quick, the Z deck, you said it's predetermined. You build those 7 cards while you're building your 50 to 60 card deck?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Seems to be like an extra deck for Yu-Gi-Oh or that type of idea.
Yeah, it's the kind of
is
vibes I
awesome.
get for sure.
Yeah, or the Dawn deck for
One Piece.
one. Well, not exactly, but kind of in that it's its own separate deck.
Yeah.
Is there any specific rules, or is it still like up to 4 cards per copy type of deal?
Yeah, still 4 copies.
Or yeah.
Oh,
I think even leaders, right? Even leaders get 4,
Yeah.
or is it? Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what we're
wow.
assuming. Yeah, we're assuming you can play multiple leaders in one game. But I mean, until Bandai rules it differently, that's what we're gonna kind of go
The
with.
images they've released in the trailers only included 1 of the Z Awaken cards. So,
I saw that too. I was thinking maybe it's because they figure you're only going to be able to Z Awaken one time, since it does cost sometimes upward of like 3 to 5 Z energy. But I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just the trailer and the way they optimize it.
Well, once you Z-Awaken, you can't Z-Awaken again, right?
Right, but some of them can leave your leader. Like the Gotenks removes itself from the game after using like sort of an ultimate effect.
Yeah.
And so does the Goku, the yellow Goku starter leader. Z
Yeah,
leader.
the way I actually charge
They
the
can both
energy is
remove
pretty
themselves.
interesting. The whole combo mechanic is actually, I definitely didn't expect that to be the way they were going to go with it. It was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were saying that it's to bring comboing back, sort of, since it's been... There's a lot of battle cards that are just coming in 30Ks, 25Ks, and like the push and pull of the early days of putting 1 5K down to make your opponent commit either 2 5Ks to get out of it and stuff, that's kind of not in the game anymore. So now they kind of want you to still be comboing cards in your hand instead of holding everything until the end. And this is like a new incentive to actually combo,
Hmm.
early on.
Yeah, I
Get
can
that
see
Z
that.
energy set up.
Yeah, it definitely gives a nice check to the hand size. Whereas nowadays, you can have upwards of, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 cards. But you're going to have to combo to be able to actually charge the Z energy. And they also have some leaders still do have the mechanic of being able to combo from draw to fuel. That way, I guess you're not using your whole hand. So it's a nice dichotomy of like different ways you can get the energy in that Z area.
Yeah, as we've talked about a couple different times here, the game, which is having so many cards in hand, and part of that is because in the early game you're not incentivized to combo at all. Very rarely in the first few turns are you comboing any cards. So the fact that now, if you want to set up these Z deck plays, you're gonna have to, get some Z energy and start comboing some cards. It'll be interesting to see how the resource management game plays out, because now there's quite a few areas where you need to be managing your resources correctly to sequence well and do everything correctly.
Unless, of course, you run a unison that combos for free once a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So there
Yeah.
is some where some of the leaders are comboing. It's an activate battle once per turn, and then you also have leaders that have the auto to combo from drops. So as of right now, I wouldn't say for certain decks. I don't think it's gonna really limit your hand size. It's most definitely gonna change the strategy of how you play, but I think there's still a lot of options to keep a
Keep a
hand and
fat
and keep
hand.
your Zenkai and energy. So
So you can
It's true.
also charge on your opponent's turn too, right? Whenever you combo.
yes,
Based on what they
Once per
said,
battle,
yeah.
obviously, yeah. So
For
So
battle,
most
yeah.
decks are running floodgates that want to stop the opponent's turn, but I guess now that this incentivizes people to not just floodgate immediately, but also stuff like dormant,
Yeah.
it's gonna help a lot. Where you can floodgate and combo at the same time, which is pretty broken also. So
It also incentivizes a lot of leaders that do not have to attack to gain advantage, like Black Trunks, for example, where you get to draw without attacking. If your opponent is relying on the Z deck to as a strategy to win the game, and you don't have to attack them often, that can help slow them down. So there's a lot of interesting ways that things will evolve from here, I think.
I agree, yeah. Being able to hold, it's like you can't really hold your opponent's life anymore. There's so many alternate awakening conditions, but you can hold their Z energy ramping there. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, does this also take away? I mean, I guess in maybe this is a little too early to kind of figure out now, but in regards to like overrun, right? Like, I mean, obviously they're limiting the overruns that we had. They banned secret identity and the dual tech paradox, but now that you're able to choose whether or not it's going to go to the drop area or the Z energy, like, does that take away from the overwhelm? Like, are we not going to see as many, or you still think one can still fit in there? Or
I
Yeah,
think that I think it'll be fine because it's not like um you're going haywild with
you're not
your
overwhelming every turn.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not overwhelming every turn, you're not activating sparking every turn, and it's not like you're going to be constantly stacking your Zenkai pile, you know what I mean? Like, so far from what we're going to get into later, it is very small amounts of energy. What I think three is the most we've seen, three or four for Zenkai.
It's a
So
big
I
one.
think
Yeah, 3 even for the big one.
yeah, I think so. Three's a lot already. So if you're sacrificing three when you're using your overwhelm for your kill turn, you know what I mean? I think you'll be okay. And plus, if you synchronize it right, you can play your Zenkai card first and then activate your overwhelm.
And plus,
Sure.
probably a lot of decks will just do it differently. Like if you're a black deck that focuses on Overrealm, like the Goku deck or whatever, or some other deck I don't know about, you probably will just play maybe like low to the ground Zenkai cards or like things that you don't need to play every turn where you can still use your drop area. Probably some decks will combo a lot more to facilitate more Zenkai plays. Other decks might use Zenkai like similar to Overrealm. Maybe, just plan for it once every couple turns, make a big play with it or something.
Yeah,
So
I think
Probably
that
going to be played
I think
different ways.
that I think that identities are already being created. There's a lot of so for the starter decks, for example, Goku and Gotenks combo. I think the decks that are free comboing from drop are those decks that are going to be utilizing the Zenkai stack way more than the other stuff because we've seen two decks that are really utilizing the Zenkai stack and using the free combos, and then we see two decks with other options that are smaller but a lot stronger. Gotenks they haven't showed a lot of green Zenkai monsters yet, but the leader is like that one boss monster that can really go for game.
I also
Yeah.
find it interesting that they chose to use comboing as the way to power up the Z energy because some decks like U7 Gohan who are just combo happy, and this will be excellent for them. And then there's decks like Dark Broly or Red Extra Card Broly or Cooler who don't really use the typical combo mechanic. I mean, they still combo battle cards, sure, but they're using their leader activate battle in place of combo.
Right.
So just the backwards compatibility in some spots is interesting.
You know what else
I
is
guess we'll
kind
see
of
how it plays
crazy that
out.
I just thought of? Maybe it's because I play blue and I use a lot of the extra cards, but for example, UI, Beerus, Realm, those
Mhm.
cards maybe lose a tiny bit of their usefulness now if you can't put them in your Z stack
Yeah,
or
they become
your Z
very
energy or whatever.
It still
So
helps your sparking though.
I guess it still helps the sparking. Yeah, is it only battle cards in the Z stack?
Yeah, it's
Yes, it's the only thing you
combo.
can combo. Yeah.
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 So it helps with sparking because you have instead of comboing so many of your battle cards from hand, you can use your Zenkai from let's say your Android 17 and 18 unison. You free combo, put that in Zenkai, and then you can use your Beerus Realm and all that stuff to set up sparking.
I and to think about it like this, I think it really does put an extra spin on not only just regular battle cards, but like also leaders that are drawing when they combo. So like Hercule, old world Matt Hercule. But also it gives an extra, I guess, added plus like a super combo too, right? Like you're comboing, you're drawing a card or netting a card out of someone's hand, depending on what type you're playing, and then it also can be used as an extra energy. So like yeah, so I what they were saying that gives it more fun to combo. I really do agree on that one. It's pretty nice, all the different uses.
Yeah.
I
And it
think a
does seem.
rival. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it does seem kind of like a sideways. When you read the cards, they're very powerful. So your first reaction, like mine, will be like, "Oh my god, these cards are so good." But I'm glad that they balanced it out with both the Z energy and you having to pay the regular energy cost, because now you're eating up the energy you would have been playing normally with the Z deck. Whereas I was kind of nervous that they would be free or, not tied to your original energy cost. So
Yeah, I think
at least they're.
they definitely learned their lesson from making all the free stuff too free. So they definitely made it
Additionally,
costly enough to where it's worth still doing it, but you still have to pay something to at least get these effects off.
and
You have to set it up.
Yeah.
you still have
Yeah.
to combo too. So like comboing is natural in the game. You do it a lot, yeah. But lately, our game has been not a lot of comboing in the first couple
Yep.
turns.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's just defense with extra cards or blocking. With like cantrips or something maybe. But now, if you have to pay 3 or 4 Z energy for a card and you want to do it in a meaningful like early turn, you're gonna have to combo at some point. So. It is a little more balanced that way as well. Not free, like Bobby said.
All right. So speaking of those cards, the first ones we actually got revealed was the starter decks coming into the new series. So we got 4 of them. We got a green Gotenks deck, a blue Trunks feature deck, a yellow Kid Goku that goes into Great Ape, and then we got a red Reboot Pan.
Red Pan.
So
Yes.
I think all of them are reboot leaders, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. So what are we thinking of all of those?
Let's see. I'll talk about the one I want to talk about. I'll talk about Son Goku Childhood, what we've had revealed so far.
Yes.
Pretty huge jump in in power from the original. One of the worst leaders ever originally. I think it was like Tap one of your cards, tap one of your opponents,
Literal
and keep it
dog shit.
pinned. Yeah, just
Yeah.
awful. And now you're looking at a card that, on swing, you tap one of your own cards, anything. It doesn't have to be a battle card either, like the old one. You choose all of your opponent's non-energy cards and switch them to rest mode. So that's leader, that's unison, and that's all their battle cards.
Yes.
And
Goodbye,
then-
blocker.
Yeah, and
It's on the backside.
Blue Unison gets tapped down. It all gets tapped down.
Yep.
After that, you can play your Basil will be live, your Piccolo Gohan SCR
Play a
that'll be
poutine
live.
off of it.
Yeah, poutine easily. And not only that, after that, you can either draw a card or you can add a yellow Great Ape Son Goku Childhood. So that's your draw ape. That's the old Evolve ape. There's a couple good options in there. I mean, there's also a card in the starter deck that evolves into that ape for, I think, 2 less. So it's an actual card you can play now. It's also got a free combo on your offensive turn. So it's activate battle. So if your attack gets negated, you don't get your free combo. Like if you had an on-swing auto that free comboed. So that's, I guess, something a little different. I think other leaders can do it on the actual auto, which is interesting. I think the Roshi in the main set does it. So the leader on its own, very powerful. The Z Awaken leader is a 20k base, so even if you don't choose to use the ultimate effect here, the activate battle, that gives it 10k in double strike, you've basically got a being leader on both turns with built-in crit. And all you got to do to turn into it is send 2 Z energy away, be it 3 life or less, and pay 1 yellow, which is pretty nice.
That's a good trade-off. Three life or less, and then you're at 20k for the turn. For both turns.
the
Yeah,
rest
so
of the
Yeah,
game.
you're
like
permanent.
Beerus with a Champa leader.
Exactly. It's sort of like that, except you also got crit built in. And on swing, you get to free play a yellow Bulma with an energy cost of 1 from your dropper from your hand. So that's
Or you're getting your draw anyways.
yeah,
Also,
you
it's
getting draws. You
it's
can
a
combo
double
that
strike, not
off.
crit.
Yeah, for the ultimate effect is you send a Z energy, and then it gets 10k in double strike, and then it leaves the area for the game. So
Yeah.
that's one way to unawaken yourself there. Go back into it later, but that's 30k double strike crit for 1 energy and 2 Z energy. So that's pretty well. I guess 3 because you got to send 1 to the drop to activate that. So
And
it's a
the
little less
activate-
costly than the Go Tanks. What were you
I
saying?
was just going to add in the activate battle on the backside of the leader is once per turn on your turn, but it's not on just the leader swing. Even if they negate the leader,
Ooh, look
you
at
can
that!
activate
Yeah.
battle
Yeah, it is.
You're not
on
wrong.
some other swing. So
Would you run? Do you think you'd run? What's the unison for? Right, they announced a unison for it.
There is a unison. It's a 1-cost Bulma, and if your leader card's a yellow non-Great Ape Son Childhood, it gets
want me to read
5k
it?
power. Yeah, you can go ahead and read it.
Okay, yeah, I have it up. It says permanent. If your leader is a yellow Son Goku childhood card, yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood cards in your battle area get plus 5,000 power. As an activate main, I think it's a +2. I hope. If your leader is a yellow Z leader or a yellow Great Ape Son Goku childhood card, I guess it's also relevant if you've done the Z Awaken. Play up to 1 yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood card with energy cost of 3 or less from your hand, and then has a -1 auto.
So,
When your
explosive
opponent
power.
attacks, yeah, pretty crazy. When your opponent attacks, switch this card to active mode, and it gains blocker for the turn.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty good. So wait, Shugesh Kid Goku. What's that card's name, Carl?
Is it explosive something?
I
Explosive
thought it was
spirit?
Yeah,
Kid
explosive.
Goku?
Power,
Explosive Spirit. Yes, that's what it
That's
is.
what it is, yeah.
You can free play that, which is a barrier blocker. Pretty
And
nice.
it pops
AO
something.
And it
something.
pops something in rest mode.
Yeah, that's nice.
Wow.
By the
And
way,
that-
the art of that card. I mean, it's nice to be able to play that again in your deck.
Yeah, that's
SPR.
a classic blast from the past.
Yeah. So okay, I was gonna ask if you'd run the Vados, but that just seems infinitely better than running Vados.
I don't know. The Vados is some free Z energy
It's a
too,
it's a free combo on your opponent's turn.
but I don't know what you're using your energy for in this deck because you got a lot of 1-cost.
Wait,
plays, if I'm
okay.
not wrong.
So question. So to charge your Z energy, is it after the combo phase or is it during
Right
the
after
combo?
battle.
After combo,
Okay.
after the battle completely.
Yeah,
Alright.
it makes it way better.
You choose if you don't. I think you have to choose Z
Up to.
energy or not, and then you just decide not to. You just put it in the.
And they ruled that launch's card that goes to warp does go to warp, right? I believe that was something that they were talking about. in the group.
Oh, okay.
If you combo the free combo one.
It has to go
From
to warp.
drop.
It can't be put into Z energy instead.
Yeah, I believe somebody asked, and I think somebody, because Fashbinder, the big boss man himself, was answering questions, but I got to recheck on that one.
I guess that makes sense because the auto goes out first to warp it, and then it will ask you if you want to put it in Z energy.
That must be the way it works for
A
stuff that goes.
general question. Maybe this is dumb, but it's just a thought. Are we going to be seeing a resurgence of the Ultimate Judgment Jocko type of cards that get rid of combo cards?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Bardock
and
is already
Bardock
getting
Unison.
Then
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
get
Bardock.
then
There's
you,
a green Broly from the anniversary box that's Saxa combo too.
then you'll
Yeah.
get you'll get a
Yeah,
Z
it
energy,
only
and they'll
has
lose a
evolution.
Z energy. It's pretty worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Very simple.
if they're at all if they at all have a presence in the meta, then on turns when you need X amount of Z energy, you'll need to combo two, to guarantee at least one of them gets in there instead of just a greedy one that's possible
Yeah.
into that. Be cool.
Double Strike Champa just got like it was already a cool one of tech to go for games, but now it has more of a use.
Yeah, early pressure.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, if you can
making
It
use
does
sure
seem
that
like
those
it's
are,
specific color.
yeah,
So
making
Z
sure
energy
those are
is
for red
color restricted.
only.
They all have color icons next to the Z energy
Do you
in that
only have to
color. So
pay the specified cost? Like, does it? I know the icon says red, but is that just not going with the card itself?
I don't know. The multicolor Broly has it split red green on
Red
the
green.
card.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, it
so
does.
maybe
Which is
you do.
bizarre. I'm not sure yet. I don't think I've seen that clarified yet. It's probably on that big question thread. I'll have to read through that as well to check that
We
out.
can assume so, just because they are still technically that color. Even like and we'll talk about it here later. But even that, I think it's a Goku says when you have to sack an Earthling, a Saiyan, or a Namekian, and they all have to be green. So I would assume you're still paying the specified color for it as well.
That makes sense.
Because it wouldn't make sense to combo an Overrealm, play it in your Z energy, and then you're paying a black Z energy. You know what I mean? It just seems
Off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they all are colored like you said. So I think it will be a specified color for the Z energy part.
Can I take the reins on Pan?
Yeah, go ahead, Pan.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Let me finish Goku. Dude.
Oh,
Listen to
okay.
this.
So you're still talking about
There's
Goku.
there's like, well, I guess there's two important cards, but this Yamcha is crazy. It's a barrier one cost on play. Look at top five, add a Son Goku Chala or a Bulma or a Yellow Unison. That's standard. But the limit one auto, that when it gets switched to rest mode by one of your skills, it untaps, and then you choose one of your own Yellow Son Goku childhood cards in rest mode. And if that card has an attack that turn, you switch it to active mode, and then if you do, you draw a card. So if you're like
Oh, damn.
tapping your own guys multiple, so you get to draw two when you tap it. It's
With
pretty
the
nice.
leader effect, that's a good
Yeah, it's pretty
good.
sick. And then
Are
there's the
we-
other little Goku that just basically turns into the big grade 8. That's all.
That's so funny. Are we sure that when the guys in Bandai the Direct said that we want to bring fun back into comboing, they meant like combo strings? Because this shit all seems like it works in tandem like super well to the point where it's like this shit. It looks ridiculous. Are we sure it's like comboing from hand and not just like comboing all the shit that does something on board? Ridiculous.
Could be.
Yeah. All right, Bryce, go ahead with Pan.
It's true.
Okay, guys. So I'm a big fan of Pan. That was like one of the first winning decks I played back during the Destroyer King set. Was Red Pan with Foreseeing Hate and Familia Bonds. And now she's finally getting rebooted. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this leader. I'm a Pan fan, yes. So the leader on the Unawakened side stays the same. If you play a battle card, give it 5k, and then if it goes to 20k, draw one. Except now the Awakening condition, which was the problem with the leader, you can either awaken at 4 or less life, or if you're at 3, I believe so. The picture's a little blurry, but I believe it says if you are at 3 or more energy, you may
Well, it's 3 or more Z
awaken.
energy.
And is it 3 or more energy or 3 or more Z energy?
It is Z energy, yeah. I looked at it
That's
a bit
even
closer.
crazier,
That-
actually.
that's-
Better.
That's even crazier.
That's
Okay,
even-
so 3 or more Z energy, you can
It's like
awaken.
turn 1 if you want, or turn
Take
2.
take the 6,
Probably turn
untap
2.
1, draw 1. So she used to be an untap 2, right? She was one of the first untap 2 leaders.
Right.
Yeah, set 3. Yeah.
So it's not the untap 2 is not that big of a deal because you're drawing on the unawakened side, and then you're awakening, taking the 6 life, untapping 1, drawing 1, and now the awakened side, draw 1, this card attacks, and then the same effect as the unawakened side when you play a battle card, give it plus 5k, and then if it's a 20k or more, you draw a card, and then it has an activate main. Now this is the new effect of the leader. Once per turn, choose up to one of your red Z battle cards with an energy cost of 2, and it gains plus 5k for the turn. So if you have a Z battle card that sticks, you get to pump it 5k, and that's cool. So out of the new starter deck stuff, this leader seems underwhelming, but it's got a lot of cool combos that you can do. Didn't get touched very much, but there's some cool cards that come with it. So we shall talk about these. Should we? You guys want to start with the SS4 Goku that gets announced with it?
There's
Yeah,
2, I
definitely.
think. The Z one.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Z one.
Yeah.
So
The one the
the
starter
Z
deck,
battle
yeah.
card. Yeah, so the Z battle card that comes in the starter deck is called SS4 Son Goku, Defender of Life. Specified cost of 2 red energy. Zenkai cost of 3. Deflect Double Strike. When this card is played, place up to 1 Saiyan card from your drop area under this card, and this card gains barrier for the turn. Additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, deal 1 damage to them. So that's already cool. And then activate main once per turn. If your leader card is a pan only card, and you have 4 or more energy, and a Great Ape Son Goku, the aggressor, is under this card. This card gains plus 5k and dual attack for the turn. So if you mix this effect
Is
plus
it
the
doing
leader
enough?
effect, you're getting a 30k dual attack double strike deflect barrier that also burns a life.
Yeah.
30,
for
35, I think.
No, 30.
No, it's 30 because it comes out 20, leader pumps 5.
Well, I guess if you're
No,
playing
it would
it,
be 35. Yeah,
Yeah.
play it for 2, pump it 5, draw a card.
Yes.
But
Leader main.
you do have to be at 4 or more energy for that. The
Second
last,
half.
yeah, the second half. So it is your kind of your win con. But Pan has, well, I mean, Red has a lot of defensive tools alone, and there's some more cool stuff that I'm about to get into. But this card alone is crazy.
Yeah, I would say that that's a very early turn, and I feel like you would just go for it, right? I mean, like, because you're awakening at 3 Zenkai energy anyway.
Yeah, you're only paying 2.
It has
so-
barrier.
Why
too,
wouldn't you just
so-
why wouldn't you just pay 2? Yeah, bury deflect. Like, who gives a crap? And then burns 1 if they're at 4 or more life,
Yep.
and then you're also swinging 30k double strike. So that is crazy.
It's pretty scary.
All right, so there's a couple more cards they showed to go with and I believe that's in the starter deck. First there was this Unison. I don't have the full name of it; it's cut off, but it's a blocker. Auto at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. 3 cost, 15k. Unison.
Sun Gohan,
Gohan, the Awakened.
Yeah, the
They
Gohan.
call it Sun Gohan the Awakened.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 1 auto. When you use a mono red battle card in a battle, or is it in a combo? In a combo. Draw 1 card. Additionally, if the battle card it has 20k power or more in your battle area, that card gains double strike or this card gains double strike for the turn. So you are attacking with a battle card, you're comboing, you draw a card, and then if that battle card has 20k or more, the Unison gets double strike.
I mean, you can just swing with the Unison also and give a double strike activate battle.
Mid
That is
battle.
true.
Pretty nice. Pretty sneaky.
And then it has an activate main. Choose up activate main plus or minus 0. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15k power for the turn.
That's an activate battle?
It's an
Activate
activate main. Plus,
Oh, thank God.
well, it's a
All right.
plus or minus. It's a plus or minus.
0. It's pretty good.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, and then it's a blocker as well, so you're paying 3 for it, but on your awakened turn, that's not bad because it's still a blocker.
You can also +1 the opponent's turn too. Draw another card. Doesn't say just on
Yeah,
your
that's
turn.
basically turns them into super combos.
I mean, something that's worth noting about this deck, I played Pan a lot myself during that set. I mean, let's just imagine for a second. You are drawing potentially 6 cards on your awakened turn, first of all. And then every other turn on your opponent's turn, when when using Yamcha counterplay for free, you're drawing a card and killing 2 of theirs. You can even Yamcha on your own turn if they use a counterplay on you. Draw again for no energy investment. Topo draws you a card like Angel said earlier. Trunk Surge of Energy, pay 2 for it, draw 2. Awaken, you can chain attack on top of it, play another one. I mean, I don't know. That deck seems extremely powerful, especially because you can do it at 3Z energy, which we just learned about. So I
Yeah,
think one of
so
the
it's cool with the OG anniversary combo where you familiar bonds, draw 1, you gain 4-star ball, and then you keep plussing that trunks to keep drawing a card every turn.
yeah,
Uh,
that's the other
also,
thing. Saying Raditz can bottom deck the balls if you draw them. You can search them again with familial bonds.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
bottom deck draw 2.
and
Rabbit.
it's also cool. It's also cool because that unison's a 3 cost, so you can just run Vidal. Fuck Yamcha.
and also Fearless Pan potentially making a comeback for the first time in a while. Play it for 2 with familial bonds. That is absurd.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
and
nice.
then also there's a bunch of new +5Ks. Like Corn's Secret Medicine's another good one. Pay 1 +5K for the turn, and then something ignoring barrier
Yeah,
-5.
-5 ignoring barrier.
Yeah,
But yeah, you probably wouldn't Videl because it's a 10K.
true. Oh yeah, you'd want the draw.
You want
That's
to
right.
you want to get them draws.
You're right. Yep.
Mhm.
So
Is there
Yamcha's
any way
still.
to facilitate hard play in that deck? I mean, because I mean, I guess you'd have to play something 20K to pump it.
I
To get
mean, yeah, if you wanted to,
You could
could
play
try.
out you could sack your Z battle card because it'll be at. No, you have to awaken. Never mind. Yeah, you can't. You literally can't do it. Yeah.
Do
Man, that
you
would be
have
time
to?
crap.
Does a card have to go to the drop for heartfelt plea?
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
a cost.
Because
Yeah.
these
Oh
Z
yeah,
battle
10 to
cards
drop.
are
Yeah, they
removed from
can't
the
go
game.
to drop. Yeah, so you wouldn't even be able to even if it was 25.
Dang.
What was I gonna say? There's the yes, I do like that. For these decks, they're not just getting rid of unisons; they seem to be incorporating it still. Which is I think a good thing and a bad thing. We just have to see where it goes from here on
Yeah,
out.
was kind of hoping to see decks like that don't need them, but it's I guess
They do something.
they do something. I like them.
They still
I
do a
guess,
lot, really.
Yeah,
I
they
guess
still do a lot.
you just can't pull out a mechanic that they introduced for what 9 sets and then just
Well,
be like, oh,
let's say this. I mean, we've talked about this a little bit. If they ban or heavily hit the free counterplays, they're good ones everybody runs,
Yeah,
that would be the end of unisons, I would imagine. Right? I mean, maybe not the end completely, but it would
Yeah.
definitely.
There's still a lot that some of the unisons help with. Like Vegito helps with draws. The SS3 Vegito helps with draws and the
Yeah.
-7.
Some of them are
Union
required
stuff.
in your
It
decks,
put
so
pressure on board.
Yeah,
Safety too.
the crazy busted unisons. I think would still be required to play. Like Majin Buu, let's say the blue unison, the 4 cost. I would say if I can't use trunks, I'd still play Majin Buu unison.
By the way, I was wrong.
Oh.
You can definitely facilitate hard play out turn 2.
I'm
Because
sure.
the
Okay,
4
yeah.
cost SS4 Goku, so you play it's a 15K, you
Oh
pay
yeah, the one cost one.
under 1 burst 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have 2 more energy and you lose your pan, you play it. And then limit 1, it gains draw 1, switches card to active mode, gets 5,000 power. So it's a 25.
Yeah.
After
Wow.
you pump your
For
pan
2
later.
energy. Yeah.
For 2 energy. Yeah, and then
Also,
awaken on
Chain
tap.
Zeno. I mean, let's not forget about Chain Zeno. It was originally abused, I think, in Pan, and now it's going to
Yeah.
be crazy again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there's 2 more cards that were announced in the starter deck with this. We have Pan,
That
the
goes-
Wisher of Miracles. So she's a 15K, 3 cost. At the end of the battle, where this card was played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets -5, -10K power for the turn. And then activate battle, limit 1, pay 1 red energy. If your leader card is a pan card, and there are 1 or more red cards in your combo area, draw 1 card and then play this card from your hand.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of,
it's
and
pretty
that's a
good.
15K too. So one, you're getting the draw, so it'd be a 20K. But
So
also,
even
like 15K is just so much pressure. You know what I mean? For one,
on turn 1, imagine that. So it doesn't say like if you have 2 or more energy. It says so turn 1,
if
you could
there's
either
more
do this defensively or offensively. You get a Zenkai energy charge, replace that, play this pan, replace the pan with the leader effect, and then you get a 20K beater. That
Pretty nice.
also minus something by 10K.
Is it a 5K?
No, 15K.
No, the
it's a
combo.
5K combo. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
5K combo.
That's pretty nice.
man.
Well,
Imagine. Sorry, go ahead, Bobby.
I was gonna say the trade-off is if you play this, it doesn't go to Z energy, right?
Right, but the card that is in your combo area,
You have to have
yeah,
one.
because you have to have 1 card in your combo area, and then you get to draw 1 and play this.
Yeah,
and
you
then
don't.
you
You
get to
don't.
draw 1.
Yeah, you don't combo this. You just play it like an arrival.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's just a bunch of cycle turn 1 or turn 0 basically. Well, turn 1 you got to charge 1, but that's
So I know
it
you-
cycles too. Yeah, it's a +1 technically because it touches the board too.
It's
That's
definitely,
really nice.
it's definitely best
Yeah.
to play an opponent's turn, I think,
Can't you play
Probably.
GT?
minus 10. But also
and draw 2.
keep in mind, like, you're getting so many draws, and also the untapped. So, like, let's say you're playing Divine Restraint with it. Like, I hate to go back to adding red blue and something, but red blue pan was kind of really gross. And now that we have Divine Restraint, being able to free charge turn 1, it is kind of an insane awaken turn if you can play that Goku that we talked about, hardfelt, untap, then play this pan as well, or swing leader, Senzu Bean. There's so many ways. It's just GT is so fun, man.
This the Angel, you've been talking about this a lot recently, trying to find a good generic red leader and a deck to run red green stuff in, and I think this is going to be
Yeah,
a good
you could play
candidate.
Piccolo would be good in there. Eradicator.
Yeah, your
Pretty
arrival
nice.
cards, because you're drawing 1 anyways, and then your arrival combo can go to Zenkai.
Although I
Alright,
don't know
and
if you want to slow yourself down with multi yet. Maybe once they give multicolor something.
is that Broly leader locked or the
What-
anniversary box?
Oh,
one?
the new one, the
Yeah.
Z one. It's not leader locked, but it is no specified cost.
If you're
Okay.
leader.
Oh, and it has no protection if your leader isn't
Oh,
Broly,
okay.
so that's
Okay,
kind of not
gotcha.
as good.
All right, we got one more card. This one's a little blurry, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me.
That's the one Brandon talked about, the 4-cost Goku.
Oh, is he a 25K?
No, it gains 5 and then gains 5 from leader. So
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we did talk about this one, but there's one more cool thing about this is when this card attacks, use up to 1 mono red Saiyan card with 5K combo power from your drop area and combo it with its skills negated. So you can
Please,
swing with it.
Zenkai.
Yeah, for your Zenkai energy.
Nice.
Pretty free.
And it, yeah. If you have 2 or more energy, okay, cool.
Still
Yeah,
So
pretty
that
good.
is,
a lot of fun stuff.
yeah, so Red Pan seems like a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of cool combos. Most definitely out of the box from the other starter decks that we're going to talk about. She seems the most underwhelming and undertoned, but I think that's just because Red already has so many good tools that they had to be very careful with this.
I don't know. That's a lot of cheap aggression.
That leader
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
so good. I
Yeah.
don't
And
disagree.
that pan, that 15K pan that you played turn 1, I thought it had a 2 or more energy restriction on it, but I guess so. Activate battle turn 1, play it, next something by 10K, draw 2 cards, and then you have a 20K beater on board for the turn.
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
That's
Always
good.
better to set
That's good to me.
expectations low.
Yeah, that's fair. But
we still
it
gotta
seems
test it
pretty
out.
good. Yeah.
The one starter deck that I'm most excited for is the green Gotenks one.
Oh,
They
dude,
showed
so
off.
I'm
good.
excited for Green Goat.
I love
Sure you
green
are.
Gotenks.
Get him.
I
Get
I
him,
was
get him.
I was,
really love green Gotenks.
I was surprised they gave it so much support. I didn't think it
Yeah,
needed
don't worry,
it.
Dylan. I'm with you there.
I didn't think it needed all of it, but I guess they thought
Yeah.
it. It's supposed to be for
You
this
and me
old
both.
Gotenks leader, which let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's the one where you swing and they it has dual attack and they pitch cards when you swing.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
changed. They
if
like
you have
changed all the skills about it. It doesn't even do that anymore, right?
No, yeah, it literally doesn't even pitch cards. Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
just
changed
it's
everything
just
about
a
it.
different leader. Yeah, just a different leader.
Dang, where can I find it? Where is the
Do you
actual
need the
leader?
leader? Do you need the leader?
It's not. I wouldn't worry about it. The new one's just so different. You might.
Yeah,
as well
it's just you
yeah.
play ghost tokens, you draw one attacks, and then you can remove ghost tokens from the game and use
For combo.
cards for a combo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
But
that's the most important one. I think the most important one is definitely all the cards
It's
around
freaking-
it. They can play with
Yeah.
the old set
Yeah.
11 leader. That's definitely a lot better, I think, to play. So the Z leader
Probably.
itself is pretty crazy. So Z awakens if you have 5 or less life. It awakens on top of a mono green Go Tanks for 3 Z energy. And then when you activate a union skill, you get to play a ghost token with 15k in rest mode. You get to activate main, limit 1, draw a card, and then switch to active mode. So you can make it kind of like a dual attacker every turn that also draws a card. Now it doesn't even have to swing. The activate battle is pretty crazy. You get to remove a Sun Goten and a Trunks from your Z energy from the game. And you get 15,000 power and double strike for the battle. And at the end of the battle, you get to remove it off of your leader. So it's like a one-time use of that, and you go back to your regular leader that's underneath it.
Yeah, it's like the Goku. But the sick part about those Z Awakens is that you can do that all in like one combo step if you have the Z energy for it.
Yep.
So you can, if you pay 5 Z energy and 1 green, you can just turn into a 30k double strike leader out of nowhere.
And the
Pretty
card
It is
scary.
crazy.
used for it, you're just using for Union Fusion, and you're already drawing and searching anyway, right? So
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
it's just like, if it wasn't already enough value, I mean, that's really good.
Actually,
and then they
maybe. Sorry, just real quick. Maybe it is a little better if you play this new leader, right? Because that way you're comboing from drop instead of comboing straight from hand.
You do get free Zenkai. Yeah.
That's free
Yeah.
energy, so I don't know.
Yeah, there definitely is an
But,
argument
obviously
to play
more
this one too.
Yeah.
Does the limit 1 on this still seem to spoil that you can play more than one copy of this?
I would think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I guess it does. I guess it does confirm it there. The other cards in the starter deck are actually pretty crazy too. There's a Go Tanks that does deflect and barrier. You can just fuse for free. It's just a 10k attacker. You can activate main, just put it in the drop area, and then add the pieces back to hand and KO something 3 or less. So it's like you lost nothing. It's pretty nice.
Mhm. And you get the effects from unioning, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah, you can draw some cards or get a marker or KO something. There's this crazy new 8-drop Go Tanks that has deflect and dual attack. You pay 4 for Union Fusion, draw 2. And that has a sick permanent where it reduces the cost of all your Union Fusions by 1. So the Grim Reaper of Justice is a 1-cost fusion. That is
That's unreal.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
sick.
if you have a
You have
leader,
to have a Z leader though,
so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't just have nothing Z on board.
and it's actually just himself in your hand. That's the permanent in hand. So you would pay 3 for himself.
Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah,
his
reduce the
go
cost
cost.
of
Oh,
this
okay.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit blurry, so it's hard to see, but I guess that is what it says.
At least balances out a little bit.
Yeah,
Thank God. I mean, that
So
would
we're
Yeah,
done.
one cost Grim Reaper would be done.
when it plays, it KO something annoying barrier, and then you play 2 ghost tokens in active mode, and they discard 1.
And they discard one.
Wow.
So that is insane value right there.
good old deflect barrier. Our viewers, you will find that a common theme in these reveals. Deflect barrier combined is apparently all right now.
Well, that
On
one doesn't
every-
have that one doesn't have barrier; it just has deflect, like all
It's
the
an
other, like
eight.
all the other
It's
ghost
an 8
tanks.
cost, so there's not much you can do to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can blow it up on your own turn, probably.
And there's a new unison for the deck that's, I guess, supposed to replace the SS3 Vegito unison. It's an SS3 Gogeta unison this time. It's got Empower 3. Whenever you activate a Union Fusion skill, you actually add a marker to the card instead of drawing a card like the Vegito one. It has a really cool +1 where you can bottom deck a card from hands, reveal a fusion in your hand, and then add one of the pieces from your deck to your hand. So that's a lot. It's really good for setting up your fusions. I think it's a -5 where you can just discard 2 cards from their hand. So that's okay, I guess. Not as crazy.
Okay.
Vegito's -7.
Yeah, this is way easier to get off, and it's got the Empower, which is wild. That like if you demigra into this, that's pretty. That's
Is it a
pretty
+2? +2 unison?
nice. Basically, because you union every turn, but it's
Yeah.
+1 and then union gain a marker.
It also has
Wow.
Empower on it too. So
I
if
think
you
it's empowered green 5.
was it
actually.
5? Yeah, it's even better. Wow.
It's so blurry, but that's actually concerning.
Get some cheap -2 or discard 2s, I guess. I think that's all the Gotenks cards for the deck. So what are the last ones we got now? It's the Trunks and the or not the Goku. The Trunks.
Just Trunks.
Just Trunks.
Just Trunks left. All right. Is anyone excited for Trunks?
Does anybody else have anything to say about this first before we go to Trunks?
Oh, the Gotenks is AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Carl-
rip 4 on like turn. What would it be? Probably turn 4 when you get out the 8 drop, and then -5 on your Unison. So you rip 4 and then swing, dual attack, and 2 tokens, leader. It's crazy.
Don't forget that the cool thing is swing with leader, Zia Awaken, restand, swing with it, activate battles, and then it sacks itself, and then you can just recycle that shit again.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you got dual attack. Draw
I don't really know what went through Bandai's head when they were like, all right, what needs to be rebooted really badly, guys? That's it. Fucking green Gotenks.
Well, at least it was the old one, so it wasn't the.
Here we go
the
again.
other
Is
one.
it really the
Yeah.
old one though? Where's the correlation with the old one?
It says
Does
it
it?
returned.
The
It says
name?
it returned on it. So it's the old
So it's the old one, even though it has no effects similar to the
all
old one.
state. Don't they all say
Yes.
return?
one. Yeah, they are. They're all returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all reboots.
It has the same
Oh,
name
okay.
as the two. Extravagant Assault.
Oh,
whatever.
right. Okay.
All right, let's do Trunks. Trunks is pretty sick, actually.
Thank you,
So
Dylan.
did they fix the life flip Trunks? Is the question. That is the main question. Did they fix him?
They didn't unerrata. They didn't go back on that ruling, but the cards in the starter deck do get around that problem.
It's good to hear. How'd they do that?
Actually, I have the leader pulled up if you want me to go ahead with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
go do it, Robert.
All right, SS2 Trunks, Envoy of Justice returns. But as a permanent during your opponent's turn, if you would add a card from your life to your hand or place it in your drop, you may reveal it and add it to your hand instead. So, same permanent as the last leader. Crit proof, which is pretty cool. Auto when this card attached, draw a card. Auto at the end of your turn, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. That's pretty nice. And then activate main. Choose activate main once per turn. 2 blue energy, I believe. Draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So similar to the last one. Additionally, if you have a mono blue Z battle card with an energy cost of 5 or more in play, this card gets plus 10,000 power and double strike for the turn.
What a dumb
So,
label.
luckily, that's activate main and not battle, but
Yeah, no, that's not sneaky, but it's still pretty nice. So 2 extra things on top of the old leader.
Especially after we get in the 5-cost Vegito or the 5-cost Z card.
So it's like it's got that untap and that extra 10k double strike is the extra stuff this leader has. But an untap at the end of your turn is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it used to be on tap 2, but you only just bottom deck something. That was it. So it's a nice trade off to
tap 2
untap
bottom
1,
deck.
but you can draw a card and also get double strike.
okay, now the main event here with this deck is the SSB Vegito Godly Spirit that plays from the Z deck. So this is a 5-cost blue specified 3 Z energy 30k Z battle card with deflect, triple strike, barrier, and blocker. Auto if your leader is I know. Auto if your leader is a Trunks future card. I guess you could play it in the old one if you wanted to. When this card attacks or activates a blocker, you may add 1 card from your hand to your life. If you do, add 1 card from your life to your hand. So they're not making you put it face up anymore to avoid the having to reveal it, but you still will place it in your life. You'll know where it is, and then you just have to remember. I guess it adds a little layer to the deck. Then it has a second auto. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck, and your opponent places 1 card from their hand at the bottom of their deck.
So crazy.
Sick.
Nice.
So crazy. It's just the freaking. It's the Bardock from Clash on crack, sending both 2 cards to the bottom of the deck. It's so crazy. Plus, cool interaction. That first auto for when you block and you can add a card from your hand to your life and add it back, reveal it. That's not once per turn. So if you Flame Bullet, or if there's another card I can't think of that restands your blue battle cards, you can block twice in a turn and get 2 of those effects off, ramp twice, or play that Trunks that bounces cards mid battle, all that kind of stuff. 2
How much
times
do
in
you
one
pay
turn.
for that card? What's the energy card?
For the boss monster or Flame Bullet?
The boss monster.
5 actual energy and 3 Zenkai.
Okay,
it's
well that's
expensive. Wow.
a very
Yeah.
powerful card, but it is expensive, so that's good.
Yeah.
Is it
On turn,
though? I mean, you're
the
blue.
leader is untapping one.
Yeah,
Yep.
so who cares?
Yeah.
It's still, I mean,
also-
yeah, but that you expect things like that for 5 energy. You know, it's not. It's
Yeah.
still very powerful.
Or
It's
no,
basically-
it is
it's-
a powerful boss.
Yeah, it's
But
basically
then
your whole
also keep
turn.
in mind- Right.
You're also
exactly.
ramping that deck.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, that's good.
I didn't know you ramped.
Keep in mind
That's-
before that, the turn before,
Yeah,
you were
temporary
probably
ramp, yeah.
playing out paralyzing prowess. The 4 evolve on top of Vegito also has deflect barrier, also triple strike. When it swings, your opponent, or when it's played or attacked, your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and places them at the bottom of their deck.
Can't that one
Yeah,
evolve
you
over
only
the
get
Z
4
one too?
cards. It actually
Or is
no.
it just a 5 cost?
Oh wait,
It is a
could.
5
It's
cost.
battle
Yeah,
card. It's a
Yep.
5 cost battle card.
I think you can.
So maybe
Oh, yeah,
I would assume
so you
so.
can evolve the old
Although
over
I don't
there.
know if it would be technically leaving a battle area by being placed under the other one. No, that I think it'd
It would
stay.
make
Yeah, it should
sense.
be
Yeah,
good.
it would make. I think it would stick. That
Yeah.
is insane.
Dang.
So
And the battle cards in the deck that ramp get played to the energy, and it is temporary unless you can Zeno super combo.
Or
That
you have
is-
the 1 cost Goku that lets you add it back to hand.
yeah.
TP,
It's not temporary, so
and then it makes it
pretty
permanent.
crazy. There's also a
then-
unison for the
yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
SSB Vegeta committed to victory at 2 cost, 15k, 2 specified cost blue unison. Auto plus or minus 0 if your leader is a Trunks future card and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. At the start of your opponent's main phase, you may add 1 card from your hand to your life. If you do, add 1 card from your life to your hand, facilitating the cycle. And then it has another plus or minus 0, which is an activate main. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck.
No plus effects is kind of, I don't know.
It's fine. It's
Balance
because it's for 2 energy. You get to spot removal, and then at the start of your opponent's turn, either ramp yourself or activate one of your other life effects.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of value. Although it does take up your unison slot, so that's kind of it's fine because I mean you can play a later one after it dies.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are playing blue, so you're just gonna go into Majin Buu.
Could you just see yourself playing Zeno again, the old charge one from set 10?
No, you play this.
This would be guaranteed the one.
Yeah,
It
it's a
helps you with your
guaranteed
game plan. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps you with your ramp. It helps you with removal. It seems good.
Oh right,
Plus-
the cards ramp from revealing, right?
And if
Yeah,
it
from your
survives, you
life.
can do it again. That's even more value.
Okay.
And there's the 2 cost in the deck that plays it out specifically. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, when
I
that's
can read that one right now.
That one's insane
It's
from
a
what I read.
2 cost blue 10k battle card SS2 Trunks Hopeful Strike has deflect. Auto, if you don't have a unison in play, that's the cost. When this card is played, play up to 1 SSB Vegeta committed to victory, the unison we just read, from your deck with a marker on it, then shuffle your deck. Which, playing it with 1 marker and it doesn't have a plus is kind of interesting, but just it's okay. Then activate battle once per turn for a blue energy. If this card is in a battle and 1 or more mono blue cards are in your combo area, draw 1 card, and this card gets plus 15,000 power and double strike for the battle. It is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
that
pretty
part,
good.
That part was the ridiculous part.
It does cost 1 blue energy to do that, but I mean it's deflect 2 costs. It's not that much of a commitment to just swing with this and see if they don't negate free Zenkai energy. It replaces itself with a draw, and it's a 25k double strike. Pretty scary.
Yeah. All right. So
I
that's
think
You got one more, right, Bobby?
Yeah, there's one last
oh,
one.
one more
There's
card.
There's one more card. It's a 1-drop SSB Sun Goku Hope for the Future 4K. Permanent, during your opponent's turn, if all of your energy is mono blue and you would reveal this card from your life and add it to your hand, you may play it instead. And then auto, when this card is played, draw a card. And then auto for a blue. If your leader is a Trump's future card and it's your opponent's turn, when this card is used in a combo, you may add one of your energy to your hand. If you do, add one card from your hand to your energy. So
that's
making
kind
the
of a
temporary
replacement.
ramp.
Zeno.
It's like a mini
Yeah.
Zeno, yeah. It's pretty nice.
It also, it's basically the TP, so you don't have to pay whatever amount that was. I know it was worth money for a while, so you don't have to worry about your TP when you can just use this. The
Yeah.
one cost that replaces your energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another permanent ramper.
You can just pay the one and then replace that one that you paid, right? So you're basically just beaning. I mean, even though your leader untaps anyways, but like, who cares? Extra defense, extra energy open.
Yep.
Pretty good.
And your Vegeta Unison can just keep ramping you every turn at the start of your opponent's turn. That's pretty nice.
It's weird. They like they broke the permanent on the leader before, and everyone was so mad, and they were like, "Dang it, are we gonna get anything cool?" And then this shit comes out, and we're like, "They broke it out the gate, bro. This is insane." So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's still a shame the Tapion Unison doesn't really do what it's supposed to, but it's still a strong Unison too. So
Yeah, it's not
playing
might
at that
still run
2-drop
that in there.
Trunks.
It gets to free play this 2-drop, yeah, which is
Yeah.
cool.
All right, so we got a lot more stuff to cover. So that was all
There's
the
no
starter
Z
decks.
Awaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to chop this up into like different sections? You want to stop now that we've done the starters and start another one, or are we doing a whole?
No, we just keep going. It's fine.
Let's blast through. Let's do it.
Let's just blast through it. So we have
There's not too much.
quite a lot more cards to go through. So we have the actual cards in the sets, set 19 that they've shown off. They haven't shown off too many of the cards, I don't think, but there is
Just most of the green, I think.
yeah, there's
Let's
definitely
finish.
some crazy cards that they've shown off. Some pretty ridiculous cards. So Angel, I think you know some of the cards they've showed off, right?
Yeah. So things they've actually shown. With their...
Oh, where'd you go?
Oh,
Thank you so much. And that was Angel, folks.
Did I
Goodbye,
just?
Angel. There we go.
That
You're
was
there.
incredibly
Okay.
insightful.
Did I just?
Yeah.
All right.
Leave.
So what was the last thing? Well, I'm just gonna say what the cards with actual effects are. The green cards that they've shown. I mean, they revealed what all the leaders are going to be, but they actually showed what Master Roshi's Awaken side does. So on swing, it draws a card, and then you may use up to one Turtle School card with 5k combo power in your drop area in a combo. That's all on the auto. So even if they negate, you guaranteed get your Zenkai. Well, actually, no, it's after a... No, yeah, because the battle does end when negated, right? Still a card involved in a battle, so you should be able to ramp that Zenkai energy, I believe. I'll have to look into that, but I'm thinking that's how it's going to work.
yeah.
It also
should,
has
it
a...
should, yeah.
It also has an activate battle. Choose one Master Roshi's training, which they haven't shown what that does yet. Place it in its owner's drop area from your battle area. And then all your Turtle School cards get... he gets 5k for each Turtle School card in your Z energy and double strike. So leader's got a lot of swinging out power, but as for the battle cards, they're not too interesting. They're one cost that search top 5 at each other. They can't be KO'd on board. If you try and combo with them from board, they get -4 combo power. I don't know what that's about. So some weird power neg thing there for the combo area. Not sure what they're going for there.
Green. It's green.
Yeah, they
weird
got to
balancing.
put some weird bad balancing in there. They're scared to make green good sometimes. We're back to that.
Except
It's got
when
an
it's
Empower
go
4 Unison that's basically Vados. If it's 5 or more markers when it comes in, you can KO one of your opponent's battle cards. It's got a +2. You can choose your green battle cards with energy cost of 2 or less, and they get 5k for the turn. So you can actually use this in the King Piccolo deck as well, because that's also 2 or less green battle cards. They kind of swing pretty low, but with extra 5k, that's kind of nice. -4, you can choose your green leader and give it 5k and double strike for the turn. So that's kind of redundant with Master Roshi, but it might be better with King Piccolo, who is again absurd, just like his last iteration. On attack, he gets the free play, guys. So that sounds familiar. He also draws this time, which is good. Swing, draw one. You can play a Piccolo Junior or a Demon Clan card that's green. Energy cost of 3 or less and 15k power or less from your hand. So you can play some of the old ones. He can't play Eradicator.
I was gonna ask that. I was just about to
16K.
ask that.
Yeah, he's 16k, so they conveniently dodge that
Thank
that
God.
problem. He also protects your Namekians on board. If they would get removed by a skill or KO'd, you can place a Demon Clan from your Z energy in the drop area instead. So some built-in protection for your fellas
Slug.
on board.
For your slug.
Yeah, for Slug or for these other main board cards that you can see here that are pretty nice. He's also got a Z leader, which is very good. It's for free. Only 2 Zenkai energy, no actual energy investment. You have to be at 2 or less life. It gives all your green Namekian and Demon Clan cards on board 5k power. That's a permanent.
Well, doesn't that count itself
And if-
too? I think it's
Your
just
green-
cards, right?
Yeah. You green pickle Namekian and green Demon Clan cards get 5k power, so it's a 20k
On both turns.
both turns. If King Piccolo's in your Z energy, the card gets 5k in critical during your own turn, so it's a 25k crit on your own turn. And activate main, you can free play a green Namekian, or sorry, green Demon Clan, no more Piccolo Juniors, from your hand. So you can swing leader, awaken mid combat step, get all that power, and then afterwards activate main, free play a second guy. So 2 free guys a turn on the push turn. The guys you can play are pretty decent. Tambourine on play kills a 4 cost. He's a 10k. You can also pay a green when he comes out to draw a card. So it's basically a one cost, draw 1 KO card. Symbol is a in archetype Champa. When you combo it, you can give your King Piccolo. It's only for your leader though. And if your leader's King Piccolo, you can't give it to Piccolo Junior Zenkai. It'll give it double strike for the turn when you combo with it. Also, when it attacks, it gives 2 Demon Clans in your battle area 5k power. Drum is the best one again. Blocker, when he's played, you can KO any of your opponent's battle cards. Keep in mind this can come out for free. When it's placed in your drop area from your Z energy, you have to remove the card from the game, but that's because of this second effect where activate battle. If your leader card is King Piccolo or Piccolo Junior, with an original energy cost of 15k, you can use this card in a combo from your drop area, and at the end of the battle, you send it to the warp. So it's a free combo from drop if it gets milled or dies or something. But it goes to warp from your Zenkai area and from your drop area. But that card is insane. And then you got a piano that's just a top 5 searcher. And you've got another Piccolo Junior, the little fella, when he's a little kid. He's also a free negate this time around. And I think all you have to have is a Demon Clan in play or a King Piccolo in play. So those are like the free play dudes. And then you've got actual King Piccolos that come out. If you free play, if you have 2 more energy and you play a Demon Clan card using a skill, you can pay 1, and it's a 20k that comes out. When it attacks, it switches to active mode, and then you can give a Demon Clan 5k power for the turn. So it's a lot of low to the ground swings. It's supposed to be, I think, turn 2, turn 3 kill. There's also some boss monsters you can tech in that are generic green bombs that are very absurd. I'll let somebody else talk about it because I'm running out of breath.
I mean, did you just describe a watered down red KP deck, basically?
I wouldn't
That's
even say
absurd.
it's watered down.
Yeah,
It
seems
sounds crazy. It seems. Does it just lose to red though?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a unison for it?
Not that I've seen yet, unless you use this urine card, which is funny. It's named urine. That's disgusting. Anyway, but it gives it's a +2 that gives your 2 cost or less green battle cards 5k for the turn, so it fits pretty nice in the deck. There's also a 1 cost with barrier, but it's so blurry I can't tell what it does. It's a King Piccolo.
There's a lot. They really produced a lot of content today.
Yeah, they dropped a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And as much as I don't know what I think might be the best. Actually, I do, and I kind of want to touch on it real quick. It's green, and the World Martial Art Tournament cards. So shout out to that set, one of my favorites. I think one of Carl's favorites too. They have a green Goku and a green Piccolo Junior. Those are both 6 costs, and they come out for basically 2 or 1 energy, and it's like the most broken shit I think I've seen recently. I don't know if you guys want me to read these cards or if we're reading each card. Is that what we're doing?
Definitely read them. They're
Those two need to be read. Yeah.
Let's give like a summary of it.
So the Son Goku is Son Goku Faded. It's a 6 cost. Double Strike Barrier. So once again, we got that nice barrier stuff. It evolves for 3 over a Son Goku Childhood, but who cares about that? It says if your leader card is green, when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and KO it. So it's got barrier removal. Then activate main, pay 2. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you place one of your Saiyans, Earthlings, or Namekian cards from your Z energy, and they all have to be green. At the bottom of your deck, you can play it. So that's a 2-cost, 30k double strike barrier that has barrier removal. And then the Piccolo Junior has dual attack. If your leader card is green, when this card attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, not once per turn. So each time it swings, you're pitching 1. Activate main, limit 1, pay 1 green. If you have the Son Goku in play, you play from your hand, then you choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove 1 marker from it for each Z energy you have. So that's also pretty gross.
Both pretty
These
nuts.
2 are the most gross in tandem cards I've seen yet. And I thought the Goku and Tien Shinhan card was pretty good. The recent
Board
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one
But
just blows out
no,
of the
this
water.
is just way better. You can't make a 2-cost barrier 30k double strike that it also has barrier removal. That's just so good. I mean, I guess you can, right? Maybe like this set seems pretty gross out the gate, so maybe compared to the rest of the set, it's not going to be as gross. But like right now, this
The
card was
Piccolo
even better.
seems better. Isn't the Piccolo better? Like we're just wiping a unison for basically 1 energy, right? Isn't that what it does?
Yeah,
remove-
but
Yeah.
the other guy has to be in there. on
yeah, you
board.
have to have the
You have
Goku
to play
first.
together.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
first
even if
Goku
you
and then
trunks the Piccolo, I mean, it still gets the effect out to remove markers. It's pretty crazy.
It's activate main,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's on the activate main.
So they lose their unison no matter what.
Yeah. Another cool thing about the Piccolo though is even though the activate main is the kind of the star effect there, you can evolve it over a Piccolo Junior for 2 and just have a dual attack 25k that pitches 2 cards. So that's pretty nice, especially since you can free play the old barrier one, the old TP from set 3, I think, or set 4.
Is it with the bond too?
Yeah. So you can
That,
just put it right over that, or over the free negate. You can just pay 2, slap it right over that, and get a big old dual attack. Rip 2 cards.
Nice.
It's very good cards.
Yeah, they seem pretty crazy so far. So
Those are also World Martial Art Tournament. So either in a blue-green deck, you can Dende Astute Savior, search those, or you can just go crazy in World Martial Art Tournament and cheat those out and search them real easily. It's ridiculous.
Announcer has got some new tools here as well, so that's cool. The green Master Roshi deck also has a few WMAC cards that are they're pretty subpar. They get effects. They like sack their 1-cost version to come out if a green battle card KOs an opponent's battle card. So it's you're kind of looking at those U6, U7, one of those where you have to rely on your opponent actually playing cards. So I didn't really, I honestly couldn't even tell you what they do. I read them and then saw that and kind of discarded them in my mind. So, and there's also a Z card, but it's so blurry, I don't know what it does. It's a 3 green, 2 Zenkai energy. It's Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin. It's got Deflect, and it has an activate main that I can't read at all.
Dang, that sounds cool.
Did we talk about that green Frieza that got announced for Zenkai?
That.
Oh yeah, the generic one. Yeah,
It's also a really good one.
Yeah.
I can read that one if you wanted to. The Son Goku and Krillin. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
you got it up.
got it. Yeah,
Oh,
because
you found
I
it?
don't even.
Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so it's a three specified cost green Z battle card, 2 Z energy. Has deflect, activate main. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you place 1 turtle stool card from your Z energy in its owner's drop area, play up to 1 green turtle stool card with 20,000 power. that doesn't have Master Roshi, and which you haven't played this turn from your deck with its keyword skills negated for the turn, then shuffle your deck.
Oh, okay. So that's another way to actually get those other cards out. But the keyword skills are it's kind of.
Yeah, you should get the
Can I read this
on-play
Frieza?
I'm sorry,
Bruce?
say that again.
Can I read this Frieza real quick?
The 2 costs?
Yeah, the 2 cost Frieza.
Yeah, go for it.
Did this get announced? Oh, it's a rare. So this is coming just in
It's
the
in main
Zenkai.
Yeah, it's one of the main
Yeah,
set
yeah,
ones,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so there's a free. It's called Frieza Resurrected Ambition. It's a Z battle card for 2 specified green energy and 1 Zenkai, or 1 Z energy. Deflect Double Strike. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. And then auto place one of your Z energy and the owner's drop area. Oh, it didn't say, it says place one of your Z energy and its owner's drop. When one of your other green battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from hand once per turn.
Yeah, so that's good hand control Frieza support. That's a good one.
Is that the most generic Z battle card we've seen so far?
Well, it's one of the
Yeah.
only main sets ones we've seen, I think, right?
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Kind of have to make the first set for Zenkai kind of sort of generic, right? Like we had Demigra Unison come out for set 10, and that's kind of played in every green. So maybe this will be played in
Zeno was a staple for blue for a long time.
right. Yeah, so maybe this will be splashed in for green Zenkai stuff. Also, are they trying to just shorten things now, like drop? Like, are they? Did they have to put drop area, or are they trying something with that, or?
I think
Probably
they just forgot
Usually,
I think they just forgot to say drop area.
I think it's been like that.
They're
I think
also-
that's been like that. They've
they're
been shortening it
also-
to just drop instead of drop area.
Also, when they described like that Goku that says Namekian, Earthling, or a third, or what was it?
Say
Namekian
all
or
green.
Saiyan, and then it says
Namekian,
yeah,
Earthling,
all
Saiyan.
green.
yeah,
It's like instead of putting green next to each one, they put it in once.
right.
So that's
Same
They're
interesting.
space.
realizing shit's getting longer.
Yeah, they're right. They got to write a whole.
Well,
list.
well now, yeah, because you have Unison Z. So now, if it's like interacting with the Z area and the Unison area, I guess they just have to fit a lot more areas. And
Yeah.
Well, we
One.
saw actually there was one we saw that was red. Was that from the main set, the UI Goku?
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
from the anniversary box.
Oh, it's from the anniversary.
Oh, that's-
so never mind. Okay. I think-
is there any more main set stuff besides
Well,
just
there's
what
the
we?
pre-release promo.
There
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
and an
Yeah.
SDR.
Oh, the
Oh, the
SDR.
SDR too. Yeah.
They just put it right out there for everyone to see.
Yeah, one of them.
Right.
It's only one of 3, so they're still going to be the god.
Carl, do you want to do the STR or?
No, but there is one card I would like to read whenever you guys are done with the SCR. I'm trying to find it right now. The card for Red Gohan.
Oh,
The-
that's the anniversary
That's
box. you said
anniversary
ago.
box. Yeah.
Oh, we're not doing that card. Okay, never mind. No,
That's-
I'm good. Somebody else can do the ultimate.
We'll do it right next.
I think that is the
Alright,
last main
who-
set card, right? The secret.
Tony,
Tony
was it-
Bardock, the SDR.
Yes.
Want me to read it?
Go
I'll
ahead.
look it up.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go
Bobby. You're a
All
great
right,
reader.
eight drop. Thank you, I appreciate that. 8
Yeah,
drop,
no problem.
4 specified yellow. Bardock, Origin of the Legend. 1 plus 10k combo. Ultimate, deflect, double strike, dual attack. Activate main, 3 colorless energy. If your leader is a Saiyan card, so any Saiyan, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand and choose up to one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. Activate main, remove this card from the game, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KO them. During your opponent's next turn, they can only attack 1 time with battle cards. So, that is pretty
Very
wild.
good generic.
Very
Yeah.
powerful card.
I think that would be pretty cool in Zamasu Wish, where you're already tapping a bunch of stuff down, and then you can pay 3 energy and have a nice finisher.
Dual
Yeah.
attack, double
Punch.
strike.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Any deck that doesn't have a juicy boss monster like that, this
Or-
is like go to.
This is also, I think this card's going to be cheaper than the Gohan Piccolo SCR, so this might be an alternative.
Could be, but this
Maybe.
is. I mean, it's
This
a
is also-
floodgate and a bomb tied together.
This is also Bardock, and Bardock's the high collector character, so
Yeah, people like them.
yeah.
Kind of reminds me of
the-
the Brainwash Kai from the last set. Yeah.
Kinda.
A finisher with a gate.
Floodgate effect. Yeah.
pretty nice.
Is I guess that's the next step of power creep bombs that hurt your opponent very badly offensively, and then you're like, by the way, if you manage to live, you're gonna play with a handicap to try to get.
Fortunately, this
Yeah.
is a secret rare, so
That's true.
hopefully they keep it that way. But yeah, you're
Is
not wrong.
Are the Vegito cards? Are those in the
Anniversary
Those
box.
Anniversary box as
yeah.
well.
okay,
Yeah.
too?
So I
Oh,
think
Yeah,
that
most of what
was
they showed was anniversary. They
The
didn't
la-
show
the
a lot
last things I think we just have to cover for the main set is just what every color is going to be.
of
Like
that in the
they,
pre-release promo.
yeah.
yeah.
Because there was a trailer that was put out that showed everything.
So
Yeah, we can actually just watch that.
yeah, okay.
It's up, I think. Well, I mean, you can go over who's what.
All right. So if you guys don't want to watch the trailer, we'll just go over briefly what everything kind of was revealed. There's all the Zenkai stuff, and then every color, the leaders or their gimmicks and their era was showed. So red is going to be GT based again. We're getting another Sin Shinron leader. Really big surprise, really big new character, fresh. Um,
Aw.
it's
Definitely not overused.
yeah, just
They waited 10 sets before he even got in the game. So
yeah.
now they're making up for lost time.
It's just weird because yellow Sin Shinron is still at full power, and now they're doing red Sin Shinron.
And the black one.
So
Yeah, we'll see. We got Sinzin now.
It's at full power. It got a lot of hits that
and it's
It did,
used
yeah.
that deck.
it's still standing.
Still good though.
It's also getting red's also getting SS4 Goku and Vegeta. They're both on a leader, and I believe they showed that it's gonna have a Z awaken to SS4 Gogeta. So
Yep.
that's pretty cool and hype.
Then
Green.
Z awakens into Omega too, so that's cool.
Yes. So both of those are very cool. SS4 Gogeta kind of gets its own leader finally, and SS4 Goku and Vegeta are on one leader card. So that's pretty cool. Green we went over. It's the Turtle School and Piccolo. Blue is based off the what is that called? The
Other world tournament.
Other World Tournament. So you have Angelic Goku and Paikuhan.
Man, I hope that stuff is so good. I really do.
I really
I
do
hope
like
it
the art.
energizes, yeah.
I like the art that they showed for
The
Goku.
Paikuhan. The Paikuhan looks awesome too.
Well, if you think
That's
Paikuhan
yeah.
looks cool in any way, shape, or form, you need to get your eyes fixed.
I like him. He's got drip.
What are you talking about, bro?
It's got the pickle. It's got the pickle head.
He's got
Icon
drip.
is mad
I'm just
ugly,
saying
bro.
the art today looks pretty nice, but
The
you know,
SPR looks nice, yeah. Go off.
Oh,
though.
can we say they did show some SPRs at like the end, and that SPR Bardock is amazing.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the best thing.
Army.
So they did show that it's gonna be Paikuhan and Goku. I think both of them have a Z Awaken as well, right? Goku goes Super Saiyan and Paikuhan goes like Super Paikuhan or whatever.
Yeah.
And then yellow is going to be Bardock, and for some reason, instead of waiting till the set after, they decided to go ahead and give us Superhero Piccolo. I believe it's just still normal Piccolo, though. I don't think it's going
No,
into.
it's a
yellow.
potential
It is
unleashed.
yellow Piccolo. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Piccolo.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So just yellow Piccolo. It's gonna have a bunch of the hero stuff. It's just a little bit of a random pick, I guess, but they gotta hype it up somehow, like they did with Gamma.
Who knows, dude? Freaking God Rare might be. I don't want to spoil the movie, but God
Well, it's
Rare
because
might
it comes
be. You
out
know who?
after the movie comes out for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
okay,
wait.
well, then, yeah.
And then black is Truman Salsa.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
learning-
Again.
Bird Dog Shrimp also.
So it's gonna be their like ultimate forms of whatever, and they're furries, and it's I'm just hoping it's kind of gonna be a reboot version of the previous Truman Salsa because that deck was cool. It had a cool gimmick. It just had some problems, and I'm just hoping that we're gonna expand upon that and fix those problems, and then it'll be a cool deck.
It has a Z leader too, which is good.
Oh yeah. Did Yellow Bardock have a Z leader?
Yeah, it does.
Another interesting factor. Or wait, Brandon, do you want to say something?
No, I just said no. It was pretty cool. I think everything looks pretty nice. The Bardock is
All good
Every-
picks.
Chris,
Yeah.
Everything is very cool. I did want to note one thing that I spotted in the trailer is that it looked like every single unison that they showed was a 3-cost. I don't think I saw a 2-cost unison.
I don't
Like,
even remember seeing unisons. To
I
tell
saw
you.
unisons. I saw like the SPR.
Well, the Bulma's a 1-cost, isn't it? Or that's for the
Maybe
starter
well,
deck. Never mind. It's
that's for the starter deck. But in the main set, they did show some of the SPRs. Like I think Paikuhan, Goku, and SS4 Gogeta were the 3 that I spotted. And like they had the X and then the specified cost, and I believe they were all 3 specified costs. So I think that's a step in the right direction. I'm just intrigued to see if that's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all the starter deck ones are so cheap, so they gotta make all the main set ones cost more, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I think that they're just trying to balance out unisons, and try to figure out a balance between how you want to interact with Zenkai and how you want to interact with unisons. Like, do you want to pay 2, play a Zenkai, or do you want to pay 2 and play a unison?
Well, Zenkai's the new shiny mechanic, so they gotta
They gotta
have it. They
hype
gotta
it up,
overshadow
yeah.
with this set at least.
They gotta figure out what the curve is gonna be on a lot of these decks. So like he was saying, like are they gonna make you either pay 2 for this or pay 2 for that, or are you supposed to pay 2 for a Zenkai battle card and then turn 3 player unison?
Yeah.
That's probably what they're going with. Because I mean,
It's until the free counterplays get hit in some kind of way or power crept out from
you want
rulings or
that
whatever.
down.
You're gonna
first.
have unison first. I mean, just to defend yourself,
Yeah.
especially if you don't win the dice roll. I mean,
Very
Oh, yeah.
that's unless
unless they ban counterplay.
or unless your Zenkai is a defensive piece, then maybe you do that first. But most decks with counterplays, I don't think you're gonna be skipping that yet.
I mean,
Yeah.
all of them say to be awakened anyway, so you have to awaken your leader first to even Z awaken. So
hmm
a lot of leaders require
think-
unisons to awaken. So there's
I
that.
think what the set is in the is a foot in the right direction leader wise. Like this is all kind of refreshing stuff. I mean, we did get the GT trio last set, but it is new. We're getting Sen Shenron, SS4 Goku and Vegeta, which is very cool. Green is all new, like that we haven't seen in a very long time. World tournament stuff is very cool. Blue is very unique. We haven't got this tournament yet. And then yellow is Bardock, and any Bardock stuff is very welcomed. So I think this is a step in the right direction. We don't have Broly, we don't have Turles, and we don't have U7. So
And we're getting a Bardock secret rare too, so that's kind of new.
yeah, that's also very cool. So I think Bandai's hopefully listening to what people want, and hopefully I don't see U7 for another 3 sets.
Not listening
Too
to
late.
me.
Anniversary box has U7.
Well, I think that's different.
Completely insane. So we'll be
I think
seeing that a lot.
Sick. So fun.
All right.
Saying later.
All right, so let's move on to the
Anniversary box.
The anniversary boxes. They definitely showed off pretty much every card in it. Probably, maybe not every card, but
Nah,
it's
there's like
60%
good
of it,
amount-
maybe.
like
I think it's half.
third
I
of
think
them.
they showed half, and then they're saving half for later.
Yes, they showed a lot of it, which is, I think mostly everything is legacy support. Nothing's like for actually new decks. All of it is legacy support with the Z leaders for the old leaders, and then a lot of legacy support for old
you're
decks.
right.
So,
Yeah, it's all legacy support, which is pretty cool.
All right, so I guess I can go one by one and ask you guys which card of the anniversary boxes are you most excited for. So we'll start with the.
Oh, should we talk about the secret rares first? I think that's the most.
Oh, well,
You want to end?
Or do you wanna
We can end off with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right, Bobby, out of the anniversary box they showed off so far, what are you most excited for?
Well, I have not
Nothing.
had an opportunity to read all of them. There seems to be a poutine that's not very good for the shroom and salsa deck, but I'll let that go. There is one card that was interesting to me when I saw it, and it was a 1-drop Bulma fighting for Vegeta.
mhm.
And essentially, it is a double strike Champa for the SS4 Vegeta from set 11. I thought that was
Yeah, it's a 10K.
needed. Since you
They
can't
give
play Champa in the deck, it's pretty cool that you can use that. And it's also, if you don't want to use it for that, you can just play it, draw a card, and combo it off, and use it as a cantrip to help you ramp. So I thought that was a neat support card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty flexible.
All right. Brandon, which of the anniversary cards are you most excited for so far?
Man, there's a lot. I guess for the most part, I like the hit unison. I think it's pretty cool. I never really played the actual like deck itself with the
This
whole
guy
skill
stole
space.
my pick.
Yeah, my bad, dude. So it's kind of spicy, but the best part is just the activate main. I think it's -1, right? That's kind of it. Just -1, or is it plus or -0? One of those. We
Zero.
pay two red.
Zero and pay 2 red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pay two
Yeah.
red and
You
you
don't
play
even
it.
know what it does, you
Shut
fucking.
up. You play a hit with a 4 cost. And so you can just play forcing hit for 2 energy and then snipe 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So that's pretty great. And it's also just a self awakener. And I think it's also whenever your opponent attacks once per turn at the unison, it switches the attack over to your leader. So it's good self awaken as well on there. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
All right, Angel. Why do you also like to hit unison?
Why do I also like? Well, he said why, but he said it wrong. Because
Oh,
he's
okay.
stupid.
What's the right way
No.
to say it?
No,
Angel likes
he
to
said
hit
it right.
unison. Brandon also likes it. That's the difference.
Yeah, Brandon also likes it.
Did you
It's
want to
cool.
change your answer then, Angel?
It's cool.
Yeah. Let me read something else. Let's see.
Okay. Okay.
Real fucking
All right.
Dylan's pick, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
I'm
that
just-
hit. That's the first time we've seen that type of effect, right? When the unison is attacked, it can switch it to the leader.
I believe so.
surprised-
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first time.
I'm surprised that's
So
Normally,
For some
normally they just give the leader blocker. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, life. I don't think any do that except Demigra, unless I'm forgetting some. But really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, just add a life, and it mills a skill listed drop for reboot hit, so that's pretty sick.
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty
You
good.
could use it in U7 as well to get U7s in the drop
Your
area.
skill list- Yep,
Oh,
pretty
my God.
nice. There's
The activate main is only with a hit leader, red hit leader though.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, it is? Okay.
a plus or minus 0. That's good. That's good balance. So the only other card that I think is well, there's actually a few interesting. I'll talk about a Zenkai card. I like the red green Broly. If your leader card is it's a 2 cost. It's
Motherfucker stole
one
my
red,
pick,
one
straight
green.
jacked my pick.
Not
My bad,
again.
Max. My bad, dude. It's 1 Zenkai energy. Its specified cost is ignored if your leader card's Broly, so you can use it in any Broly deck. And if your leader card's Broly, it can't be KO'd by skills in your battle area. When it swings, you can free combo a 5k red or green card from your drop, so it sets up your Zenkai. And if you have 4 fewer cards in your hand, it draws you a card. So pretty good for the Surge leader. Activate main, you pitch 1, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. And then, so it's up to 1. So you discard 1, and your opponent discards 1, or you can KO an opponent's battle card with 20k power or less. So it's just a really good sticky card for Broly to either pitch more, draw more. It's just all around really nice.
Nice.
The auto says you can use 1 red or green card with 5,000 combo power. There's got to be some multicolor
Yeah.
cost 5Ks, right?
Yeah, the Radix.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, can I ask real quick? So that red green Broly card is only a 1 for Zenkai Energy.
Yeah.
So what? Am I supposed to pay 1 red green for
It's
it?
probably red or
Maybe
green.
it's red or green.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, who knows?
We'll
But
find
I'm
out.
not sure yet. Actually, because
Yeah, it could be either
I haven't
one.
read that QA yet. I know Carl wants to talk about the
well,
actual card I wanted to talk about.
I'd like to change my pick here.
Oh my god.
And talk about Ultra Instinct on Goku.
Fuck.
It's a red U7
No,
card.
shut the fuck up. Stop talking.
No, we'll go to Max next if you want to talk
Dude,
about the Broly, right?
man, I've been busy today. I haven't been able to read these MFing cards, dude. These mother freaking cards. Broly was the only one I read. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't said a single thing this podcast because I haven't read any of these cards.
Well, what do you think
Fair.
of the
Thank you,
Broly?
Max.
Talk about the Seekers, dude, later on.
Secrets,
thank
they
you.
look cool.
You
I
didn't
don't
read the
know.
Majin Vegeta? Didn't you play that deck?
Dude, I haven't.
Pretty
I've
nice.
been busy today, man.
You don't even have a
Busy.
damn. Well, never mind.
Dude, I read the Broly and now I'm sorry, man.
All right,
What do
all
you think
right.
of the
I
Broly?
read the
then?
Broly and I went,
All
oh,
right.
that's pretty cool. I like that card. And then I went, all right, I'm continuing on with my day.
All right. On that note, we'll move on to Bryce. Then, what do you think? What's the card you're
Oh,
most
dude,
excited for?
I'm so glad you picked me before anybody else. All right. So there's not a single one of these Zenkai cards that I'm actually excited for yet. That's because they haven't revealed the ones that interest me. There's this Black Broly that I like because his hand is broken. Like if you look at that card art, his hand is
Yeah,
his hand is
he's turning
yeah,
it all the way.
yeah, he's turning around. He's trying. So I'm excited to see that card. I'm excited to see the red yellow baby card. Um, and then and then I guess I can just pick the blue red chilled rolling through fear. I guess
That's my
Uh,
pick. How could
Cool
you?
card.
that card's cool. It's a rival blue red pay 2 dual attack blocker energy exhaust. A free 5K though, which is nice and cooler. I'm a big fan of that deck. I forgot.
Yeah, that
I
can actually
can't read
add
all of it.
cooler
It's
off
so
top 5.
Yeah, it looks off
Yeah.
top 5 on
It
that.
looks off top 5, adds a Frieza army, and then chooses up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and minuses by 15 for the turn.
So you get a mill and a draw
Freeze
two.
the army or freeze the clan?
Frieza clan.
Clan, yeah.
So he's cool. He has 2 blue red. He has a red and a blue though. But I guess he does some cool stuff.
It's a dual tech blocker. It's not too
Mhm.
Dual attack blocker is kind of cool. And then I know no one else is going to say this, so I will say this: the SS Caulifla.
Yeah, I didn't even
Uh,
read.
It exists.
Yeah. Do you actually care about the Kale deck?
I think it's a cool concept. Yeah. I don't. That card's not good enough to make it relevant, but if it is a cool little tool that it has now, hit something, ignoring barrier, restands itself, untaps an energy, and then it ramps you 1 card. Double strike blocker,
Before.
There you
barrier.
go, dude.
Yeah, I guess since you're ramping, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
got some cool stuff. It does.
Let Carl talk about the actual best
Yeah,
card.
Carl, choose that card you know you want to talk about.
Well, there are several. As fans of the card game, all of us, I'm sure all of these excite us in some way. But the UI Goku, of course, is the most exciting.
Goku.
It okay. So with the Z stuff, the Z energy and all that, U7 Gohan, the red one. I don't know which set it was from, but that inherently becomes a lot better because it's about comboing and gaining advantage off of comboing. So now it's just even better with this completely ridiculous card. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll read it real fast. Deflect barrier, dual attack, limit 1. If it's in rest mode, you pitch 1 card. And then you use a skillless red battle card in a combo. Oh no, when you use
When
one,
you're using one, yeah.
choose one of your cards and it gets 5k. At the end of your turn, switch to active mode. Activate battle limit 1. If you have a Warrior of Universe 7 leader and this card is in rest mode, add 1 red skillless battle card from your drop to your hand. Choose an opponent's battle card or unison. It gets minus 15. So your leader can also reduce power of 1 or more of those same type of cards. So fits in the deck really well. Deflect barrier, again, common theme. Kind of an insane card. So looking forward to that one. Also, nobody mentioned my boy Janemba, even though it's for the crit leader.
Shit.
We don't know what he do.
Yeah, well, it's something to do with the negative, with the ball, the parasitic ball.
You saw some part of it, right?
It's just that only that we saw, but it's going to be cool regardless because that engine needs help drastically.
What if
And it
you
was
can
cool.
play it? What if you
Smacked
can play it in both? What if it has a mill effect and a crit effect?
That would be amazing.
Right, because I mean they're both blue, so I think they have to take that in mind. And it's also legacy support, and
I don't
no
think
one
I've
cares.
game, to be honest with you. I love Mill, but Mill format is not the greatest. So
Don't give Zenkai Mill. Like I think that would
oh yeah, I guess that's crazy.
that'd be dumb.
Yeah.
Pretty dumb.
Just
That'd
a
be awesome.
permanently
That'd be
leader
awesome.
on there, that would
Although,
be-
could you play? I don't know. Are they technically still energy costs? Could you play a 5-cost Zenkai card?
Well, no, because it still has an energy cost. It
Can't
still
Well,
has a
it says you
specified
can't
cost.
include. No, it says you can't include cost 5 or more in your deck. It doesn't say you can't play. But you're playing it, but it's you're including it in your Z deck. So wouldn't that get around the permanent since you're not including it in your deck?
I don't think so because if unisons with the X cost but then specified costs don't work that way, then
Well, is it supposed to? I don't know. It's kind of bright. It's not. It's in the deck though. That's the thing.
Well, does
Yeah,
it
it's
say you can't play
Z decks
cards or
and
just battle
rare.
cards?
cards.
You
No,
cannot
you
include
can't add
battle cards. You cannot
in-
include battle cards in your cost
your
5
deck.
or more in your
Oh,
Yeah.
deck.
battle.
Oh, battle cards. Okay, so maybe okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but if
in
you're
your decks.
deck and
So
you're
Bob's
playing it, turning into a battle.
Bobby's posted a picture of that Janemba. We know it's crit, it's Z Awaken for 1 blue, and it gains some sort of a skill while you're at 3 or less life, and you place a parasitic ball, looks like from hand or deck to drop area probably, but that's all we see about it. It could be nice.
the art
Hopefully
on
they
it's very cool.
redesign the 3-drop that they limited to 1 to revamp the engine. Cause
Bring it back to 4.
Yeah.
well, not even if you just give us a different target that does something similar, maybe
Or
toss
just
some
limit
energy.
it to a Janemba leader. Who cares? Bring it back to 4, limit it to Janemba leader.
Maybe. Yeah, that would be good.
Dylan, what's your favorite?
Gee, I wondered.
Well, you definitely know what my favorite is the Vegeta, the
Come on,
Vegito
guys.
support, the Rainbow Vegito support that we got.
Vegito support.
It seems pretty ridiculous. They got a really good Z leader that just evolves on top of it. It's just inherently double strike all the time. It has the same permanent where all your Gokus and Vegetas gain red, blue, and green in all areas.
Gurgle.
You can activate main if you have 3 or more energy. I think it says 3 or
Yes.
3 or more energy. You can just free play an 8 cost Vegito on top of a Vegito Z battle card. That's pretty dumb. It doesn't even specify color too, so you can really play just any 8 cost Vegito in the game on top of it. That's pretty
It's
dumb.
secret rares too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another activate main where you can bond a card from hand, draw 2, and then bounce something to your opponent's hand, ignoring barrier. That is also ridiculous. Just free barrier removal on the leader. That's pretty dumb. And the leader's only 1 Z energy also, so
1 red
very,
and then
yeah, very
so you
very
pay
easy.
1.
And the way
Yeah.
you get awakened, so you can easily get into the Z leader, is this new Vegito they came out with, this SS Vegito ready when you are. It has deflect, and if you have 3 or more colors in your energy, which you will with the permanent, since it gives all Gokus and Vegetas all 3 colors, it gets barrier as well, so it's deflect and barrier. And then when it's played, look at top 7, add a Vegito to your hand. If you do add a Vegito to your hand, you got a bottom deck card from hand, which is fine because most of the cards want to be played from deck, so you bottom deck like a piece from hand you don't need. And then activate main, if you're at 2 or more energy, you can just remove them from the game, from the board, and just awaken and draw 2. So you can get to your Z leader side pretty easily. I am very excited for that. I can't wait.
It's pretty scary.
No.
Scary stuff. Because now you can play the 8 cost like paralyzing prowess in there.
Yep.
Or isn't there one that like takes life, a really old 8 cost Vegito, or is he 6 cost? Carl would know.
Is it
Takes
Yeah,
life
the green,
and then
the green one
blue
does take up to 2 life. Yeah.
Right, and then it like untaps 2 energy.
That's
Yeah.
the red one.
Oh, that's
that's
the
the
5 cost one. That's the 5 cost one.
Yeah.
It has to
No,
be 5 cost.
I'm thinking of an old TP like
Yeah,
set.
yeah, that one's a 5 cost. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's old red where he's kicking his leg up in the air.
Okay. I thought it was an
Do you
8.
do you what's I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but it was the first the red Vegito boss monster, the first one from Galactic Battle.
Repeated force.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a 7 cost, so you can't play.
He
it.
is.
Yeah.
Will that card ever be good again?
Yeah, you play it for what is
You
it?
can play
2
for 2
with
with the barrier guy. It's not bad.
yeah.
Good.
It
It's
gets
a
the-
big swing.
Yeah, it's
Triple strike, right?
Yeah,
I
eight
think.
power,
it's
triple
huge.
strike. Yeah. It's a cool card.
It's
Just has-
Doesn't
so
it get
cool.
hit by Frieza?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't do anything on play. It's the bad part. So it just gets free.
Yeah, it's not like the green one.
just
But
beat
against
their
green,
head in.
you're obviously not going to go into that one.
True.
Yeah, you can choose which one to go into.
So true.
So I think that was all the anniversary cards, but there is the special 3 cards in the anniversary boxes that they are actually secret rare reprints. So who wants to name off the 3 cards that they reprinted?
The
I'll go.
longest-
I'll do it.
The longest
Okay, go
podcast
ahead,
in
Mitch.
human history.
Do it.
All right. We've got Hyper Evolution as a nice reprint. Hyper Evolution as his Force on Goku for back in set 3. Then we have the AOD Broly from Destroyer Kings. And we got our boy Baby Hatch. Long awaited reprint. Good for any blue players who don't want to spend 200. You can probably cop this for, I don't know. I would assume it's going to maybe stay around 50 to 60. Who knows?
2 different
But then there's
Ultimates,
also
too.
the premium set. Yeah, there's also the premium Bandai set, which you can get on premium Bandai now. Hopefully, by the time this goes up, this will be there, and they all come gold foiled alt art. So
And they're guaranteed in those
gonna be-
boxes too.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
all 3.
all 3 guaranteed, whereas the regular one is 1 SCR per set. So you'd have to basically try to chase the one you want with different Andy boxes.
You're gonna get 3 hyper evolutions, and you're gonna get sad.
Correct. Yeah.
That'd be
Sounds
awesome.
awesome to me, dude. But
Yeah,
I'm
they're
a
pretty
loser.
All right.
It's a
Good
cool
I mean,
card.
I definitely thought it was gonna be like other ones that people use all the time, but somehow they're fan favorites. I mean, I guess Baby Hatch obviously is nice, and AOD. I mean, that was super
That was
hard
needed
to get.
Yeah, I
desperately.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
they were like bad choices. At least it wasn't.
No, yeah,
The
definitely
3
not.
that we
I
did-
think again, the only miss is maybe hypo, but
Don't say
otherwise
such
it's pretty
things.
good.
Yeah, at least it wasn't
I
negative
love
energy
hyper
balls.
evolution.
Yeah, right. Or black smoke.
Or the
Black
Judempa
Smoke would have been
Cigarette.
great, I think.
If they put a cigar on them, I would have been excited.
Yeah, the
Give
All-Star
me a
cigar.
cigar,
That'd be
dude.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, any final thoughts on the Zenkai series before we cap off our longest podcast yet?
Extremely exciting stuff, I'd like
Yeah.
to say. Cannot wait.
Yep, definitely.
Oh,
This is
I guess we haven't even really touched on
Mix-up.
the fact that there's a possible a full silver card. But I mean, I guess that's not really part of the game.
That's
It's just
not really the game. That's a collector item. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
it is neat.
Yeah, win a
For anyone
raffle, pay $1,100, pay whole rent.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, it's an All-Star Goku Frieza you can get for a ton of money, but you gotta pay up.
Pay the piper.
But if there's collectors out there though.
Only 500.
Yeah, no. Otherwise, super exciting. They're going to be revealing more. We're going to see the same stuff we saw before, today. But it is what it is. We'll get new stuff, and then, yeah, it's just a ton to take in. So
Yeah, they're
we had to hop on the podcast.
They'll probably do
We're
the
gonna
usual
be-
where they reveal cards over time to hype us up.
Slow
while we
drip.
wait.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
it'll
get
start
new
next month.
stuff, and we're gonna be sitting in the same seats talking about the same crap, dude.
Same stuff, different
Yeah.
day.
That's the cycle
Yeah, dude.
with the Dragon
Now
Ball
that you know
Super
these
Power.
You guys
exist.
can really count on us for Dragon Ball content.
Now that you know all this stuff exists, Joe, have fun playing set 17 format as you
Yeah.
Still gotta-
dreamlessly
still gotta-
wondering.
Yeah, all the future is in your mind already.
Mhm.
The thoughts have been incepted.
We've seen too far.
We're seeing hit, dude.
Like, yeah, we're
We
seeing our
really
own
are,
death.
yeah. We're paying 2 for him now. Isn't that insane?
We're seeing him.